Well, hey everybody. I'm on the back deck of the OC. Today is Sunday the 7th, and the year is 2024. I done wrote that down a few times, and now I know it is 2024, because you can't write 2023 on something anymore. You have to write 4. Well, I monkeyed my watch up. I know I swam a time of 1 hour, 6 minutes, and almost 7 minutes flat. But it shows that instead of doing the lap button, I hit it. It went in rest mode, and I guess it stayed in rest mode because the first mile I swam is when I done it. So all it's showing me is that I swam 1,625 meters. But that can't be right because I kept swimming. I don't know. I'll look at the data when I get it out. And sometimes that's what happens when you think you know what you want to do and test out a button on your phone or your Google Watch, Garmin watch. And yeah. It shows that I rested for that whole swim. But I went swimming, so it's going to show my stroke rate, and it should show the lap count. I don't know. It may not. But life is like that. Sometimes it's a box of chocolates, and sometimes it's a box of crap. And you got to deal with it. This ain't the first time something like this has happened when I had one of my best swims of my life, and either the battery inside of the heart rate monitor went out, or something seemed to happen that time too. But that's okay. I think the pool is scheduled to be closed. That's one reason I went so hard today, is because and I'm not through. I'm going to go do the rowing machine and assault bike for a little bit, the best I can, because I did kind of wear myself out on the swim. But what I'm going to do is, when I process that data, I may have to manually edit it, but I should have enough data to be accurate with what I did and give me the encouragement to do it again. But what I was saying about the pool, I think both sides are going to be closed. I got to double check that. Well, I heard that it was just the lazy river side with the slide, and a lady told me that at the desk. I talked to her yesterday. And so today is Sunday. Yesterday would have been Saturday. And she said that she's pretty sure the lap lane would be open. Now maybe they've done that, but they got a post on the door right here at the swimming pool area, and it says that both sides be closed. So as I'm walking out, headed home, I'm going to talk to maintenance, who's on staff, and at the front desk, and just double check that, talk to the lifeguards. But that was one reason I wanted to get this data right, and it didn't do. It didn't happen because I might be forced to take a rest day tomorrow from swimming, but I'm definitely going to do something. Right now, the weather is beautiful, but they say there's snow coming in 3 days. I don't want to see it. I've shrunk it down a little bit so far, and I'm going to shrink it some more. I know some people scratching their head like, he says he's shrinking it down. What does that mean? It means that I have the ability to move the weather, and I've done it for quite a few years. And most of the time, it's pretty accurate. It's pretty successful. But so we got 2 stages of snow. The first stage, and I think I managed to shrink it down intensity-wise and duration-wise, like time, linear time. And so let's just watch me do this one. And I'm working on the one behind this one that looks like it's snowfall over a 24-hour period. Now, I'm going to diminish it down to nothing. I'm going to speak with the resurrected power of the I am of the Christ consciousness that lives on the inside of each and every atom, that I do have the ability to move the weather. I do have the ability to set an intention, because the weatherman most of the time ain't right anyway. So it doesn't take a whole lot of effort on my part to prove them wrong. It happens time and time again. Now, a lot of times I allow things like the rain to come, and, you know, thank you, Mother, Father God, for the rain. Thank you for the pain. Thank you for the snow. Thank you for everything. But in my case, I want it to be minimized, because these people that's moved here from California, they don't know how to drive in snow. So I'm kind of doing it for a lot of different reasons, not just selfish reasons for myself. But they need to get used to, there's a big difference between snow and ice. So I'm definitely going to minimize the ice. And we still might get the fluffy stuff, and we're gonna get 20-degree weather that night. 2 nights from now is going to be 20 degrees, and anything that's falling is going to be ice or snow. So I'm going to keep working on minimizing it, and y'all join with me if you're here in the Ozark area, even if you're not. If you register with what I'm saying, if you feel what I'm telling you, we all have the ability to control the weather. It's not anything that's unusual. There's been Christ conscious beings here that's done it for a couple of centuries, and in every generational life cycle there's always been a Christ conscious being and with Christ's power. I'm not saying I'm fully Christed and have Christ's power. I'm just saying I got little bitty gifts here and there, a little piece this, a little piece there, like healing my body for one thing. I got to point my finger right. Yeah, healing my body and regenerating my bones, my joints, my cartilage, my muscle tissues, and the ligaments, the tendons, the fibers. I speak it with the resurrected power of the Christ consciousness that I am, asking for Father, Mother, God to hear the spoken word amplified with the vibrational love codons of light and love coming from the central sun of the Milky Way galaxy, which is in turn upcoding the deviant blueprint of the negative DNA molecules into light and consciousness, and bringing them into self-awareness of the I am presence within each atom. It is assimilating and occupying its time-space continuum to awaken to its full potential of Christ conscious being, inhabiting this physical form known as what you call Buddy Huggins. He's never been nobody named Buddy Huggins. He's never been. That was just me popping in and out of reality quite a few times a second if you really wanted to know the facts. But yeah, we all have divine grace right now. The truth is coming out. More and more people are waking up, and that amplifies our ability to heal ourselves, and that amplifies our ability to bring on these Christ conscious gifts, the gifts of the Spirit. I'm not going to name all of what I can do and can't do, but if I can do it, you can do it. And I tell you what, if I seen somebody walk on this pool water, you better get out of the way, because I'm going to walk on it too. Sometimes we can only do what we see our Father do. Sometimes we can only hear what our Father is saying. Sometimes we miss it. We just flat miss it. We don't know. He, she, whatever. It's like talking to the AI God. No, it's my Father. The G word is just what it is. It's a word. But when you have the love of Christ consciousness in you, amplifying your atoms and upcoding them to the new codons of light and love, you know who you are. You have an identity fixed in the Christ consciousness of the gift of everlasting life. I've always been, and I always will be. I seem to be here with you people right now in this time continuum, but that's still, even that is an illusionary physical body. Now, when I speak my Father's words, that has power. But when I speak the words of coming out of my mouth and not knowing, exactly what's going on in this world, and then that's coming from the side of my brain that ain't turned on. And that happens quite often sometimes. I put my foot in my mouth. I'm only here to help and love people. I think this next year coming up is going to be a lot of people wanting to talk to me about what happened. How did I know everything like this was all the way back in 2006, 7, and 8? I woke up August the 17th, 2003. It took me 4, 5, 6 till 2006 to really know in the spirit of what my Father is that 9/11 was an inside job. Those buildings didn't implode themselves. And Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. There's so much that's fixing to come out to the forefront of what we are and who we are. And AI is a part of it. It's time to have a relook at what is truth and what is fiction. And so people will tell you that this is the truth and that is the truth, and they'll point to heaven as it's up there, and they point to hell as it's down there. That's don't make no sense. So with the awakening, people will realize and will come into Christ conscious love and understand that that man-made story is his story. It ain't got nothing to do with factual reality in this time continuum. It's just a story. And people have used it for wrongdoing for 2,000 centuries to keep a type of slavery over the minds of people that are Christ-conscious beings, eternal beings. That's how they've controlled the whole world, by not telling no one the truth about how powerful our love is. Love can solve all problems. Love can see through the mire of this illusionary reality, of a simulated false reality of what once was paradise. But now we need love more than we need anything. Love of yourself is the first piece of this inner knowing. And then once you forgive yourself for not knowing that until you knew it, that starts the ability to heal the world. And to, all these spiritual gifts will come to you. All these knowing that you're in the right place at the right time. There's no guessing. It's impossible to be out of space of the place that you're in. Simultaneously, we're living multiple lives on multiple dimensional continuums of timeline. But this specific timeline, I'm Buddy. And that name is not who I am. I'm an eternal light body being inhabiting a physical form for a very short time, here to try to help this planet wake up into its planetary consciousness. The sun even has a consciousness. Everything about this world is needing the truth to be unfolded, like it was rolled up and now it's unfolding like a beautiful lotus flower. Many petals are starting to appear out of what was nothing. And then it turned into a big lotus flower. A big rose, you can call it a rose. Rose looks like nothing, looks like your thumb, just like ugly, nothing. nothing. And then the next thing you know, it opens up. And it opens up in that Fibonacci cycle, that math that is the sacred geometry of who we are. All this good truth has come out, and it's not New Age. And I'm not coming against the church world. They can do what they want to do to wake themselves up. With this informational downloads that they're going to be receiving from the all-knowing Father, Mother, God, they will get their understanding of how this thing has corrupted the minds and the truth of what we are and who we are. It's time, and the time is happening. This Jeffrey Epstein release is just one little piece of it. A full disclosure might be impossible right now. It may take a little longer to get the full disclosure, but while you're waking up and you're looking for the informational truth about who we are and what has happened, how did the world get controlled by some demons and took us down a road of forgetfulness of who we are and what we are. A soul trap, in a way, is what we've been in, and we're definitely in the fall. We're definitely nowhere close to what paradise is. It's in us. It's in our hearts when we forgive ourselves and then start forgiving everyone else that has ever you thought might have done something wrong to you. That is a big piece of love. And unconditional love is not worldly love. Worldly love means that if you don't do what I want, I'm going to pull my love away from you. That's world love. Unconditional love is you could never lose that. If you got my love, you've got it for eternity. There's a lot I could go into right now and talk for an hour, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go on and cut this video off and cut it short. Y'all keep watching my videos. I feel like as the disclosure happens, I may even go to doing live streams and show different ways of seeing through the illusion of lies, and then be able to even see the illusion of what truth is. They're one and the same. They have both faces. But we'll talk about it when I get the message to go live. I'll come up with a way to send it out. You can always watch it after it's been up on my YouTube channel. I got to be careful what I say on that channel too. Somebody said, open a Rumble page. I don't know about that. I've done rumbled enough on YouTube. If I had all my original viewers and original subscribers and the original YouTube channel with the truth up, not having to take down 240 something videos because of self-censoring, it would be easy for me to explain the truth. I just point you to these people's videos, and that's what I'm going to do, is always point you to the good things to watch. So go to my Facebook, go to my Twitter, and in the YouTube comment section, or it's a C word, I can't think of the name of it, but community, it's a community blog thing, but I can put good links there that show you what's happening in the disclosure coming up and what's happening right now. All right, y'all have a good day. I love all of y'all. Thank you for watching my channel. I much appreciate it. Bye-bye.